the sights, sounds, and smells of the silver anniversary, and Roger Slack being part of that. Of course, the flagman doing a spectacular job as we watch the best in the business and the midgets come out here. It's the Mighty Midgets at the 25th anniversary of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl presented by General Tire. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are in the A main. Brian Clausen is out front. Sammy Swindell right behind him as they sling the green flag. Everybody out and around the cone. Here we go again.
On board with Brian Clausen, your leader, right to the low line. We saw Sammy Swindell go top shelf. Now as we look out the back of Brian Clausen, there he is, the one car. Sammy with a nice run down the front straightaway, goes up top one more time.
Around the outside, and Sammy Swindell will take over the lead here at the 25th running of the Chili Bowl.
The crowd goes crazy when Swindell takes the lead. Michael Pickens now in the 05 gets run into by Thomas Meserol. Meserol loops it out the 2T, makes his third straight A-main appearance. Finished third on his preliminary night to get locked into the show. Let's take a look at it one more time.
You can see Pickens up high. Pickens checks up just a little bit to stay out of Clausen. Unfortunately, the domino effects will collect Thomas Meserol. What a shame for him. He had a solid run going here tonight.
That's looking out of the back of Brian Clausen's car, and some front-end damage on the 2T for Thomas Meserol out of San Jose, California. Now resides back in the Indianapolis area.
I-69 Speedway champ finished 21st just 1 year ago, and boy, it looked like he was going to finish a lot better than that this year, but you never know what's going to happen.
So Sammy Swindell out in front, on board again with Brian Clausen now running second. The Kiwi, Michael Pickens, rounds out your top three. Single file style restarts off turn 4 here at the Chili Bowl.
Well, we'll find out if Brian has anything for Sammy. And this is about the time that Sammy will start running the top, and that car will bite off the cushion and just rocket ship away. At least that's what he's done the past couple of years. So far, though, they're hanging right with him as he goes back down to the bottom.
Tacky fast down low, tacky up on top. Slick right through the middle. That's where we see the bonsai slide jobs.
We got one up high, and that is Steve Buckwalter in his 5th A-main start here at the Chili Bowl. Finished 4th in the A-main on Thursday night. Looks like he's done.
Yeah, the driver from Pennsylvania, 2010 ARDC midget champion, one of the best. Picked up his first USAC national midget win earlier in 2010.
Well, now the lead has changed. Sammy Swindell's the man they're all chasing in your General Tire top 5. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the Tulsa State Fairgrounds for the 25th anniversary of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl Nationals, presented by General Tire. Caution flag out here at the 2T of Thomas Meserol. Unfortunately, got caught up in an incident. We'll restart him here one more time. Sammy Swindell is out front and looking for his 6th Chili Bowl victory.
Working lap 14 of 50. Keep an eye on the Geico Power Sports ticker up on top. On board with Brian Clausen, currently running second.
I think Clausen's got something for him if he can get back out front again. Clausen falls off the pace just a little bit, though. Right behind him, the 2-time New Zealand midget champ, Michael Pickens.
On board with the People's Champ, Dave Darling, courtesy of E3 Spark Plugs and the Wilkie Pack Motorsports entry, powered by Toyota here this weekend.
Nice job through the turn there. Oh, and Shane Cottle up over the cushion, cleans off the wall, loses a couple of spots in the process.
Jerry Coons Jr. gets by Nick Knepper in the 55, also gets by Knepper in his first A-main appearance. Knepper has always run the Chili Bowl. His father, Steve, very fast in a midget as well.
Shane Cottle and Kevin Swindell going at it. Swindell up over the cushion, manages to hang on to it, pulls off the slide job, and the Bulldog's on his way to the front.
On board with the 1ST, courtesy of Lucas Oil Products, and he's feeling some pressure from Kevin Swindell. Now Bobby East bonsais to the inside.
It's getting a little rough out there. Wheel stand out of Bobby East, checks up, tries to get the car back underneath him. Cottle runs into the back of him. These guys are going at it. Wheel stands on the inside.
Brad Loyette in the 05 car down low. That's Jonathan Beeson, the Oklahoma boy, in the 36 right there, making his first appearance in the A-main.
Man, oh man, these guys are going at it. Of course, yeah, you talk about Beeson. Holy cow, look at these guys.
That is Shane Golovic in the 26. The 1ST of Shane Cottle is moving backwards. So the car losing the handle, or Cottle's losing the handle, I don't know what, but we're seeing some great racing mid-pack as we go back to the front. Brian Clausen trying to reel in your leader, Sammy Swindell.
Sammy with a good bite off there. You can see just tickling the front tires on the ground.
They've had to repair that car a couple times. That cool tail tank gets drug on the ground when Swindell does a wheelie. Might need a wheelie bar in that thing, and they are banging down in turn 3 now.
Clausen wants it back bad, no doubt. Man, and again, Sammy had to check up there. Clausen checked up behind him, and of course, again, a dominoes effect there. In that particular time, it affected Pickens.
Yeah, Michael Pickens had to check up. That allowed Donnie Ray Crawford to get by, so put the Oklahoma driver back to 3rd.
Oh,
and now
again,
Shane Cottle comes to a stop once again. So the driver from Kokomo, Indiana, problems persist. We'll take a look at it one more time.
Just sideways there, and unfortunately, Pickens with nowhere to go again. The leader's coming back around Shane Cottle, who, by the way, was up in front with the leaders just a handful of laps ago.
Dave Darland just squeaks by there as Pickens gets fired off. Unfortunately, though, we'll have to go to the tail of the field.
Well, your General Tire Top 5 now includes Donnie Ray Crawford, Dave Darland, and Jerry Coons Jr. Once again, welcome back to the 25th anniversary of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl Midget Nationals. The Mighty Midgets here, presented by General Tire. It's been a great race so far. We are picking our way along, though. Unfortunately, the caution flags have been plenty here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Out front, Sammy Swindell, but he's had plenty of heat from Brian Clausen right there behind him.
Donnie Ray Crawford 3rd, Dave Darland and Jerry Coons. That is your top 5. Nick Knepper right now runs in 6th. Kevin Swindell trying the low line as they are banging off the cushion. Now everybody who started on the low line early on in the race now going to the top shelf.
Like Clausen really leaning hard on Swindell at the halfway point of the race. On board with him. The General Tire on board shot. He goes down to the bottom. Oh, man, right up beside him.
Twisting these motors, 8,500 to 9,000 RPMs, folks.
One thing's for sure, you're not going to rattle Swindell.
Now, he knows all the tricks in the book, that is for sure. So it looks like the caution coming out one more time. Got a car stopped over there, and it is Jason Leffler in the Casey Kane Racing number 91X out of Long Beach, California. Of course, a regular with the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
16th Chili Bowl Nationals. See, now he just pulls off to the side and gets up out of the way. Finished 6th in the A-Main on Thursday evening and finished 3rd on Tuesday night in the Race of Champions.
Well, guys, you can see on Jason Leffler's car, the right front corner, the drag link and steering linkage is broken on that car after what I would assume his tag to the turn 3 wall just prior to the caution.
Big improvement over last year, nonetheless.
Yeah, finished 5th in the G-Main, so Jason Leffler has to be happy with his effort here tonight. Back underway, Sammy Swindell, Brian Clausen, and Donnie Ray Crawford, your top 3.
Donnie Ray Crawford out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. All the locals here pulling for him. It'd be the first local to pull off a win here at the Chili Bowl if he could do it. Down to the bottom he goes as he takes a look at Clausen up through the slick stuff. That's going to open up the door for the 4 car right behind him to take a look at him. Oh!
Battles all over the track as Brian Clausen, we go on board with the Bullet. 2-time National Midget Driver of the Year, won his 2nd Belleville Midget Nationals and 2nd Turkey Night Grand Prix 1 year ago. Top 3 cars up to the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Get a little treacherous up there. If you don't hit it just right, you can get that front end to push, jump the cushion as we call it, get into the marbles. And that's when all the mayhem ensues.
1st and 2nd both winning their preliminary nights in the A-Main. Again, Crawford down to the bottom, looking for a little grip down in there.
Donnie Ray's best finish at the Chili Bowl A-Main back in 2007, finished 5th as we go on board. Courtesy of Rockstar, Dave Darland right behind him.
Donnie Ray Crawford winning on Wednesday night in the A-Main. Dave Darland there behind him, finished 2nd in his prelim night. And the Bulldog is picking his way to the front.
Kevin Swindell in the 39 car, defending winner, started 10th outside row 5. Currently runs 5th, so the 39 car is making some moves. Esslinger Ford power plant, spike chassis, and the caution comes out one more time.
It'll be for Brad Loyette this time, so 2 of the 3 Loyette cars that made the A-Main looks like they're going to be finished here tonight.
You can see the right front shock off of the 05 Brad Loyette. 13 wins, another good year 1 year ago. Picked up the POWRi Midget title. Sunset Hills, Missouri driver Mr. Excitement is out of tonight's A main.
Your General Tire Top 5 has the Swindells bookending the group of guys. Can Kevin keep working his way to the front? Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 25th running of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl presented by General Tire. Ken Stout, Rob Klepper, of course, Dave Argerite and Tony Bachhoven calling all the action for you. Here comes Kevin Swindell right off the bat. He gets aggressive and takes a look at Darling. Can he get around? And he does. He moves up into the top 4.
And Sammy Swindell jumps the cushion. Trouble for Donnie Ray Crawford. Into the fence. He collects Dave Darling, Jerry Coons Jr. as well. So we talked about the domino effect, and you could see a very frustrated Jerry Coons.
And you know, part of this is because this cushion is pushed up very, very close to the wall. So you talked about it. It was Sammy Swindell who checked up just a little bit. Then it was Brian Clausen behind him who also had to check up. Donnie Ray Crawford out of the throttle at that point and then collects the next 2 guys behind him.
On board with Dave Darling there as we take a look at it one more time.
And there is a benefactor here. You watch these guys crash, but look down on the bottom. Yep, that's Kevin Swindell picking up a couple spots.
Squeaks right on by. We talked about you got to have a little luck here at the Chili Bowl, and he just got some. On board with Donnie Ray Crawford. A pretty hard hit there from Darland.
So a tough break for those guys. And we talked about the benefactor being Kevin Swindell. Well, this sets up a story that we've been following. His opportunity to go back-to-back. He's now very close to his father. And we had a chance to speak to both him and his father earlier today about the magnitude of this race and what it means to them.
You know, winning last year, it's a constant reminder of people that congratulate you, and it really proves how big this race is. And you know, anybody in every walk of life, you know, speak of it and want to tell you good job for last year. I mean, even up until November, December, there were still people that wanted to congratulate me. So it's you know, it's constantly on my mind, and definitely was excited to get back here and see what it held to come back as the defending champion.
You know, it's like going to the Knoxville Nationals with the sprint cars, or the Indy 500 or something, you know, Daytona 500. It's one of the biggest races of the year for this division. So to come here and be as successful as we have, you know, and just to do it once a year. I mean, we're here with part-time people, and we put this together, show up, run the cars, and then we kind of disband. So to pull that off in the way that we've done, it's pretty remarkable. So it's pretty satisfying, you know, at the end of the night, when you've been successful, to really enjoy it.
And I've got to tell you, this is like a made-for-television story that is unfolding in front of our eyes here, as now Kevin Swindell has worked his way up to 3rd place. The green flag flies. Clausen down on the bottom. Here comes Kevin Swindell, and he makes it look easy as he slides right up in front of Clausen. The Swindells are 1st and 2nd.
And Swindell, Kevin that is, working the low line. The Bulldog trying to take the lead from his pop. Can't get it done. Brian Clausen back to 3rd. Nick Knepper runs in 4th in the 55.
Kevin, the youngest winner in the history of the Chili Bowl. They are the only father-son duo to win here at the Chili Bowl, but they would be the first tandem to go 1st and 2nd in the family tree if they could pull this one off here. And they are 1 and 2 right now, but Kevin isn't done, and here comes Clausen right back around him.
Yeah, Clausen, real good run off turn 4 on the high line. You see Nick Knepper there in the 4th spot. We saw a glimpse of the 4-car Bobby East as Kevin Swindell again puts a slider on Clausen, and they touch off turn 4.
How about Knepper, man, doing a great job as he pounds around. There's 6 cars up here getting into it. Oh, man. And a huge hit right there. Darren Pittman has come to a stop.
It looked like Brian Clausen started that entire incident. He got down into turn 3. You see Pittman there on top of the 4-car of Bobby East. We just mentioned East working his way up to the front. We'll look at it one more time. Clausen puts a slider on Swindell, gets sideways. Jonathan Beeson really just kind of keeps Brian Clausen moving. Pittman stops, East stops. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how Clausen got out of that one with the car still running. Actually, a number of guys up there also.
Yeah.
The 26 car, of course, driven there by Shane Golobic, and the number 17 car as well, also involved in that of Brad Kuhn. What a crazy night here. Your General Tire Top 5.